of you guys suffer greed? Who's greedy in this? Right? We've all done greed training before. We've done it so many times, but you know what? This is a different type of training. So how many of you guys suffer greed? How many of you suffer greed? Right? Let's see how many of you are. Well, I mean, if you jumped on this training, there's something about greed that has put you on here. Okay, when you are greedy, right, what are you greedy with? Are you greedy with food? Are you greedy with attention? Are you greedy with money? Are you greedy with sleep? Are you greedy with, what are you greedy with, guys? What are you greedy with? Money, time, jewelry. Okay, these are interesting. You like, guys, at the end of the day, right, greed is something that everyone has, okay? Everyone has greed, and we're not trying to pretend like we're not greedy. We are all greedy in some way, and that just makes us human. But today's training, and I want you to take notes, and I'm so grateful for all of you that have put cameras on. I'm so grateful that, wow, I get to see your faces at last. Hi, Simon. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Robert. Hi, Anna. It's nice to see you guys. One thing that I really want you guys to note down is, write this down, how to spot a greedy person. This is a fun one. People say to me like, okay, cool. How do you know who to work with? How do you know who to like be friends with? How do you know how to approach people in your business? Guys, today's training is not about how to stop you being greedy. It's how I analyze who is greedy, right? So I'm going to give you 8 points on what I look for in if someone's greedy. And if you have any of those points, you might want to check yourself, okay? Because at the end of the day, like greed is one of those things that can really bite you in trading. And in business, no one wants to work with you, right? No one wants to mentor you personally. No one wants to be around you because greed is one of these things that you don't really like. How many of you guys have been near someone and you felt the energy off and you were like, oh, I do not want to be around them. I just feel weird, right? You know that, right? That's what, these are the 8 signs. Okay, cool. So 8 ways to spot a greedy person. Number 1, life is a stage. Their life is like a show, right? So you want to put like life is a show, right? They spend all their days, right? So write this down. They spend all of their days here, there, oh wow, here, there, everywhere, okay? And they put on a show in front of people. But when it comes down to working, when no one is looking, they're not there, right? They are the first to claim rewards, but they are the least likely to put in the effort behind the scenes. So what this means, guys, is how I spot a greedy person is that they love the limelight, right? But when it comes down to helping each other and actually achieving that goal, you don't see them working, right? There's no work ethic going on here. There's no one helping each other. There's nothing that's adding to it. It's just about how do I get the limelight and how do I claim the rewards? And it's always claimed and it's always done by somebody else. That's the number 1 way of finding out how someone's greedy. So they want to give the big talk, but they don't put the effort in. How many of you guys know that? How many of you guys have seen that in your life? The 111 in the chat, if you've had someone in your life who's so great at doing all the awards for it, but they weren't there when the work was actually happening. Yeah, they weren't there when they had to put in the hours, right? They weren't there. Now, actually, I had known ads for like a year, right? Or yeah, a year. And one thing I spotted in his company was that he was the one putting in the most effort, like legit the most effort. There was no one putting in as much effort as he was. And that's how I knew that he wasn't a greedy, like, owner, if that makes sense. That's how I knew that he wasn't all about his wealth. It was more about how do I grow this company, but I will put in the most effort. So if you are growing a business and you want to grow a successful business, you have to be the one putting in the most effort if you want to not be that greedy boss, right? If you want to be the one that dictates and manages people, but they're not doing the actual work, that makes no sense. If you want to be the one that gets to chairman 100, but you are not the ones actually presenting, you are not the ones actually helping people, you are not the ones bringing them in, how are you going to run that business? It won't happen, right? So we have to understand that the first number one sign of a greedy person is that they like the limelight, but they're not putting in the work. If I've been blunt or short with you in any way, that's because I've spotted that greedy trait in you. Number two, right? It's all about me, right? Number two, in spotting a selfish, greedy person. It's all about me, right? So the gains is all about me. They tend to use, so something I spot is they tend to use I a lot, right? In their vocabulary, it's I, right? No matter what story they're giving you, spot how many times they say I, guys, okay? Spot how many times a person says I, and you will know if that person is greedy, okay? Because when you are naturally greedy, you are saying I a lot more than someone who's not, okay? It's genuinely down to how much they want to talk about themselves, but also the limelight has to be on them when they're speaking. So one thing I do when I go to every meeting, if I speak to anyone, and I purposely look at what you're typing and purposely look at what you're writing and what you're saying and how you're speaking. If it's all I know that you're more on the greedy side and not really on the team player side, okay? So if you want to stop that, guys, when you think of your long-term goals, think about we. I'm not just saying this team. I'm thinking about your family. I'm thinking about your, your friends, those people around you that have helped you in your life. I want you to start thinking about those types of people, right? So if you start acting in that manner, you will give off the signs that you are not as greedy as others think you are, right? So it's about how do we get there? How do we do this? How do we say this, okay? If you want to be a good leader, now it's not just in this company you need to be a good leader. You need to if you ever want to be successful, guys, you have to be a good leader, regardless if it's in your company, if the company you work for, or you want to own your own business. If you want to have a successful life, you have to be a good leader. Now, the only sign to be a good leader is not always about you. It's about the people around you. So go back to Goldmount. If Goldmount is if Ads has to do something for that day, right? It's about how does it help everyone? If he has no spare hours in the day, how can he manage his time around everyone to help that grow? Now that is his own company. So that's an example of your own company, right? You don't have to put in that effort. You don't have to put that time in, and you don't have to make people that aren't really, anyone below you, right? So you have to understand that that is that's the second tip on being greedy. Next one, write this down. You've got my vote as long as it doesn't affect me. Write that down. The third sign of a greedy person is you have my vote as long as it doesn't affect me. Greedy people have strong opinions about issues, but expect others to shoulder the burden, right? So basically, it's yes, I want equal rights, right? I want everyone to have equal rights. But when it comes down to the petition, when it comes down to awareness, when it comes down to the actual work of it, they're nowhere to be seen, right? Because it's a burden, right? So if you feel strongly about something, say for instance, the Lions, and you want the Lions to do something more, but yet you're not doing it, right? You're not actually doing it yourself or helping others do it. You are one of these people that say, you've got my vote as long as it doesn't affect me, right? So if you want a better trading journey, but you're not helping other people trade, even though you might know the most basic of the basic, right? You are those people that don't want to shoulder the burdens, right? But they still want to benefit, okay? That's actually a very, very dangerous person to be around. I don't like being around those people. I actually remove those types of people in the business because I don't think any membership is worth those kinds of people. So you have to understand, guys, that this is important that you don't carry this trait out, not just in this business or in trading or anything like that, in all areas of your life, okay? Because people don't trust these people, right? People do not like these people, right? So you have to understand that if you want a benefit of being successful and you need others to help you, you need to help others, right? Because those who you want help from will not help you until you help others, okay? So you have to understand that you will have to put in your personal effort. You will need to be better as a person, and you do need to help others grow, right? But the only way you can grow yourself is helping others. Now, next one, number 4, something for nothing. Write that down. Everyone write down something for nothing. The 4th tip in spotting someone who's greedy is they want something for nothing. Greedy people are the first in line for more, but last in line in making an effort required to earn the rewards. Instead of adopting the view that everybody benefits if the pie gets larger, they view as the pie as a constant, and they have to have the largest piece, okay, at anyone's expense. They will take it. So what that means, guys, is that they do not believe that their effort will contribute to making it better. They will believe that that's actually a lack mindset, scarcity mindset, that whatever there is, it's a fixed, constant thing, and they have to get the biggest slice, because if they don't, they'll miss out. However, if you actually put in effort, guys, and if you actually give effort into this, the pie gets better. Put 111 in the chat if you believe that's true. If you put some effort into something, the pie gets bigger. How many of you actually believe that? How many of you guys are actually doing that? How many of you are actually doing that? I know ADZ is. I know this morning when I woke up, because I went to bed extremely late last night for some reason. I had like calls as well. And when I woke up, it was 10 o'clock, and I was actually panicked. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock. Like, I haven't woken up this late in forever. And then I went onto the Telegram chat, and I saw Z had already promoted the call, put a trade alert, like he's already hit like TPs and stuff. And I'm thinking, thank God for Z. So everyone put in the lion's den. Thank you, Z, for actually putting in some effort in the morning when clearly I was asleep, so I couldn't do it. Clearly you guys weren't doing it, right? So guys, put in the lion's den right now. Thank you so much, Z, for waking up early, putting in some trades, promoting this call, right? All before I was even awake. And I did not ask him to do that, guys. I didn't say, hi Z, I'm gonna have a lay-in, right? I didn't say, hi Z, I'm gonna do this right now. Like, nothing. And that happened purely on the benefit of you guys, okay? That tiny bit of effort might have got one of you paid, okay? And that tiny bit of effort is all it takes to make the pie bigger, right? Pie bigger. Now, that's something for nothing. Now, next one, takes all kinds. Write that down, takes all kinds. Greedy people take things that don't belong to them, and they don't need it. Greedy people like to have unwarranted promotion or accepting credit of someone else's idea. They reason if these losers aren't smart enough to take the credit, the losers don't deserve it, right? So greedy people want to take the credit for a lot, right? They want to take the credit of their team growing, of their trades. You know, I've seen greedy people, right? And I hate this, but I have seen people take the analysis of someone else, promote it on social media, and say like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, right? Which is fine, you're allowed to promote. But that analysis came from someone else in the team, and they made money, but they didn't even say thank you. If you guys are winning on trades from the platform, and you didn't even put in the effort to actually find that trade in the first place, and you're not saying thank you, like, that is one of the signs that you're taking all kinds, right? If ads is giving you analysis every morning and you watch it and you benefit, right? And then you're like, trading is sick, but you don't mention who's helping you, you're taking all kinds. Now, this training is a bit more ruthless, guys. This is an eye-opener if you do any of these things, right? Next one, gaming the system. Write down grade gaming the system. Greedy people look for clever ways to outsmart rules and regulation designed to protect the system for personal gain. Now, I actually had a go at someone for this week, right? I actually said the system is set. Do not go against the system, right? I actually lost it with any leaders that go against the system, okay? Because we don't game the system. Greedy people are looking for loopholes because they don't want to put in the effort, but they still want to benefit, okay? So we have to make sure, guys, that we are designing ourselves to know that if you want to be the best trader, right, don't over leverage. If you want to be the best trader, don't over trade, right? If you want to be the best business owner, stop cutting corners, okay? There's no cuts to these corners, right? How many of you guys agree that? Put 111 in the chat. We've only got a few more to go, 2 more to go actually, and then it's ADZ section. Put 111 if you believe that so far. Is everything I'm saying facts? Have you guys shown any symptoms of this, right? I'm probably showing you a lot of eye-opening things, guys, because at the end of the day, greedy people are the worst people to be around, and the greedy people are the worst traders. They're the worst traders. They are the ones blowing the accounts, right? So it's up to you guys if you change or not. Next one, robbing someone's confidence. Now, greedy people make themselves better, like feel better by tearing others down rather than helping others feel good about themselves. Now, luckily, I thank God that none of my team do that, right? I'm super happy and grateful that you guys don't do it. You're lazy motherfuckers, that's for sure. But you don't rob other people's confidence. So I'm super happy and grateful for that. At least you guys didn't get one. Yes, lions do not rob people's confidence. You always build each other up. And that is one reason why you guys actually have such a sick network, is because you don't do that. You don't make other people feel small. You've never put other people down. I've never, ever caught a lion putting someone down personally. But if they do, right, I definitely do come for them. But luckily, guys, you are blessed. You don't have one of the 8 things. Thank God. Thank you, right? Thank you. Like, let's just hallelujah. We don't have one, right? Okay, next one. Borrowing from the future. Now we all do this one. Guys, greedy people borrow from the future. Now, what this means is, how many of you guys have credit cards? How many of you guys have loans? How many of you guys have debt? How many of you guys say, I'll pay you back? How many of you guys borrow from people? I'm not saying this is a trait for greedy people. I'm just saying borrowing from the future is a sign of greed, right? Because you're putting a band-aid on problems rather than solving it, the root cause. Now, it's so much easier to be like, okay, I'll just get a loan, rather than being like, I will work hard to make extra money so I can borrow less, right? Borrowing from the future is not sustainable, guys, in my opinion. I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think that you should keep borrowing from the future. I think you should go all out right now and increase your financial situation now so you don't have to borrow for the future, right? How many of you guys, and please be quiet, how many of you guys bought a house without a mortgage? Put in the chat, how many of you guys bought a house without a mortgage? I'll wait. Anyone else? Oh, look at that, the 8-figure trader, he's the only one. Oh, look at that. There we go, guys. You guys won't believe that trading works. Imagine buying a house with no mortgage, okay? There's actual a fact that guys don't borrow from the future, work hard right now. And I think that is the most important thing right now. So I'm gonna end it on that note. Guys, I hope you gained some value. I hope you've learned some things about yourself. And I did definitely want to end it on the note that ads will now lead. Guys, show some fire in the chat if you're ready for ads to show why traders fail, right? How many of you guys are actually excited from a guy who bought a house without a mortgage? None of you guys did that. None of you guys have bought a house without a mortgage. So you better take some notes, because you want to buy a house without a mortgage, because we don't borrow from the future, guys. And I'm super, super happy and grateful that as you spend every single morning with us, that is amazing. And we're so, so, so grateful. And we do apologize for this greedy team that we are experiencing right now. So as I'm going to make you host, and we are good to go. Thanks.
Thank you so, so much, Taireen. Don't you agree that she had some very, very valid points? So just quickly, I want all of you to say thank you, Taireen, for your training in the chat before we move on. Because yeah, she did have some very, very valid points on greed. You know, I personally know, well, I had to delete the greed as much as possible as I was making it in life to get to this stage. Yeah, you will not get to this stage by being greedy. I had to learn the hard way many, many times. And, you know, I'd rather you guys learn from somebody rather than the hard way. Trust me, you do not want to learn the hard way. Yeah, because it will come crashing down on you like a ton of bricks. I may be this way right now, yeah, with zero greed in my mind, but trust me, everybody has that certain small amount of greed in them, no matter how great you are at some point. And I can definitely say earlier on in my life, I did have quite a bit of greed. And like I said, I had to learn the very, very hard way in order to successfully move up the stages in life, right? Now, I had an actual presentation ready for you guys, but for some reason it hasn't been loading unless I do restart my whole laptop, which I'm not willing to do right now. So I've got all my notes on my phone anyway, which you guys can still benefit from anyway. Yeah, so let's go straight into it. Yeah, why most traders fail. And I want you to write as many notes as possible down, and we're going to come through some very, very valid points right here. I wish I could actually share the screen, but clearly it's not working. It keeps, you know, logging me out of the PowerPoint, which is fair enough. Okay, let's go straight into it. So this is something I actually prepared for, you know, many, many years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. A lot of this content that I'm sharing with you guys, people pay for this content. Yeah, first of all, a lot of this content, ask Taireen. There's so many people who always inquire. Ask Sarah as well. I wanna learn from ads. I'm willing to pay. I wanna learn from ads. I'm willing to pay. Yeah, this content is what people pay for. Now, once again, I apologize, I can't share it, but let's go straight into it. Yeah, why most traders fail. Now, firstly, 90% of traders out there fail. Yeah, and I'll give you the exact statistics. 80% absolutely lose. Yeah, 10% break even. Yeah, are always up and down, always up and down. I was actually that person, the 10% that was always up and down. And only 10% make money consistently. Yeah, so 80% lose, who are always down. Yeah, they make a bit of money and then lose it all again. Make a bit of money, lose it all again. 10% break even. Yeah, they're up and down, up and down. I was one of those people. And 10% make money consistently. Yeah. So an interesting point about this statistic is that it is not based on geographical region, age, gender, or intelligence. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter how old you are. Yeah, it doesn't matter what, you know, gender you are, whether you're male, female. I know there's more genders out there now, which are fair enough. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're male or female or any other gender out there. Yeah, or how intelligent or clever you are. Yeah, it does not matter. Yeah, this statistic is based on the exact same thing. Yeah, anybody in the Forex trading market will experience this exact same thing. If there's 10 of us in a room, only one of us will be successful. Yeah, only one of us will be successful. And you have to accept that. You have to be in a room larger than those 10 people so you could be part of those 10%. Does that make sense? Yeah, you have to change the way you think, and it is all down to psychology once again. So everybody aspires to be the 10% who consistently make money when the trading or when trading the FX markets, but few are willing to put in the time and effort to achieve this. Only very few are willing to put in the time and effort. Now, Taireen even said, she notices that, you know, she's one of the hardest workers in the room, and I can definitely say that. Yeah, She is definitely one of the hardest workers in the room, but that is why she is at the rank she is today and continually progressing through her ranks as well. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't usually go around boasting about this, but why I'm the CEO of my company, because I'm the hardest worker in the room. Yeah, you will notice that if you come to my office, I am always the one working the hardest in the office, and everyone else is there doing whatever else they're doing. Yeah, they'll make their few phone calls, do their certain bits, and leave when it's time to leave. I will always leave later. I will always start earlier. Yeah, I will be there before everybody else. I will leave after everybody else, and that will happen every single day without fail. Yeah, regardless of whatever is happening in the day. Yeah, whether I have to, let's say I'm not even in the office, I'm out somewhere else working. Yeah, at all times. So when I usually give this presentation, I ask those who are present if they want me to teach them how the 10% of traders know, or the other 90% of traders know. Yeah, and every time they say they want to know what the 10% are thinking and what they are doing to become successful. But to me, the answer is understanding the 10% is very simple. Yeah, everybody knows what the 10% has to do. Yeah, everybody knows what the 10% are doing. There's hundreds and thousands of books out there that are teaching you how to be successful. Yeah, all you need to do is look at all the books and courses available and pretty much don't do anything against it. Basically, it's not hard to follow the rules. Yeah, but it's not easy at the same time. Now it depends. Choose your hard. Yeah, it's not hard to follow what all the books are saying. It's really not hard to follow what all the books are saying. Yeah, the success books on how to become successful, on how to change your mindset. But people read all of these and are still exactly where they are today. They still have the same attitude. Yeah, it depends all upon yourself. Are you an action taker or are you not? Yeah, and remember this: action takers are money makers. And I want you to write that down as well. Action takers are money makers. Put in the action, yeah, to be very, very coachable. This comes down to how coachable you are willing to be at the same time, yeah? So to be successful, you need to do what the majority of traders aren't doing, yeah? So what I noticed out there, and as I was growing in my trading journey as well, everybody is just solely focusing on technicals. Why is everybody throwing fundamentals to the side? Now, everybody's also following the retail way of trading. Why is nobody following the institutional way of trading? Yeah, those two things are very important. Fundamentals are very important. Institutional trading is very important. Yeah. Now, most of the traders that do fail, they're retail traders. Yeah. You want to become an institutional trader, but obviously you have to start off on the lower end and work your way up. Now, you can't get to the institutional level if you haven't even mastered the retail level. Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. You all want to trade the markets at all times, but half of you don't even know what a kangaroo tail candlestick is. Yeah, if I asked you this, what is a kangaroo tail candlestick, you'd be like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, but then how are you entering trades not even knowing the simple basics of how a candlestick works? Yeah, simple basics of how a candlestick works. In fact, after this, Z is going to send an image of what a kangaroo tail is, whether he gets it from Google or somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Everybody will know this from today onwards. Yeah, kangaroo tail is a very, very simple candlestick. Yeah, but half of you guys don't even know what this is. Yeah, half of you guys don't even know what a cup and handle is. Yeah, simple chart patterns that even, you know, retail traders understand and know. Yeah, these are the very basics of what candlesticks work as. You're reading candlesticks but don't even know what they are. Does that make sense? You need to go back to the basics and master the basics in order to advance, yeah, to the advanced level. Does that make sense? So moving forward, there are three basic rules to successful, let me pull these out. Yeah, three basic rules to successfully trading the FX markets. Yeah, three basic rules, three basic rules. Now, look, I want you to write this down and I'm going to give you a quick addition. Yeah, knowledge plus experience plus effort equals success. Yeah, so knowledge, I wish you could, you know, I wish I could share my screen right now. I swear to God. Look, because you guys really need to write everything, single one of this down. And I swear to God, I will check up on you as well. Like knowledge plus experience plus effort equals success. Yeah. So write that down. And we'll also have someone share that in the group today as well. Yeah. Now, knowledge comes from going out there, gaining the knowledge. Now, we are so blessed to be part of a platform that has all the knowledge in front of us, not just from one person like myself, not just from two people like Taireen, yeah, but we have so many educators out there on the IM platform. So many educators out there. There are multiple different videos out there that you can learn through. There's so many different kinds of courses. There's harmonics courses. You can run through the whole thing, all the basics, advanced, medium level stuff. Yeah, everything out there when it comes down to knowledge. You should not have a problem when it comes down to gaining the knowledge with this platform. Yeah, if you haven't gained enough knowledge, the only person you can blame is yourself. Yeah, sorry to say, but you are the problem there. Yeah, other than that, if you are gaining the knowledge, then you're definitely on the right step. Next is experience. Experience only comes with time. Yeah. Now, when Taireen mentioned a lot of you, what are you greedy with? I mentioned time. I admit I'm definitely quite greedy with my time, because I would rather put my head down, gain more experience in my craft, than go out there and start, enjoying myself with my friends. A lot of my friends like going out there smoking shisha and things like that. I'd rather not. I'd rather just stay in, gain enough experience, yeah, and try and top up my knowledge as much as possible. Yeah, so experience only comes with time, and it's how you allocate your time in the first place that matters. Yeah, how you allocate your time in the first place that matters. What you do with your time that matters. Every single hour of the day, yeah, you could be using in a very productive manner. Yeah, a very productive manner. Yeah, there's so much production you can do out there. There are 24 hours in a day. The only difference between a very successful person and a non-successful person is how they use their time. Yeah, how you can successfully use your time to leverage it into a way better place, how you can catapult yourself into a way better place with the time that you have on your hands. Yeah, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. I have the same 24 hours as you. Yeah, what am I doing differently that you aren't? Yeah, what are you doing differently that I aren't? Yeah, ask yourselves these questions. What are you doing with your time? There's a book, yeah, out there called The 4 Hour Work Week, and Taireen actually ran through a training for this. I think about it was 7 weeks ago. Yeah, 7 weeks ago she ran through this training about the 4 hour work week. You can get everything done within 4 hours in a whole week. Yeah, but you decide to split it up throughout the whole week. You decide to, you can do this in a day, in fact. Yeah, you can put all your distractions to the side, and you can put your head down and concentrate and actually succeed very far within 4 hours. Yeah, but a lot of us don't do these things. A lot of us decide, okay, let me answer this call, okay, let me just watch a bit of Netflix, let me do this, let me do that. Instead, oh, I'm a little bit hungry, yeah, let me just quickly grab a food. No. Yeah, sometimes I push my food forward if it has to come down to it. At all times, in fact, I nearly do this all the time. Nearly. Yeah, I always end up pushing my food forward if it has to be done. Yeah, in fact, I'll tell you a little story. The other day, yeah, in fact, it was Thursday, I believe. It's Thursday, when I was away in Spain, I asked Taireen, can I go first? Because I'm really hungry and all my friends have gone down for breakfast. Yeah. And, I'm really craving breakfast right now in this very hot country. Yeah. And she started her training. She went first. And I was like, you know what? I accept it. At the end of the day, we cannot get angry with ourselves. We cannot get greedy with our time. Yeah. At the end of the day, work always comes first before anything else with myself anyway. Yeah, as long as I'm getting knowledge and providing more knowledge out there, I'm willing to wait. At the end of the day, I know after this call, I'm still grateful that I will still have a full plate of food in front of me when there's people out there who don't know where their next meal is coming from and when it's coming. Yeah, they don't know these things, where I still know as soon as I run downstairs, my food is ready for me. Yeah. So I didn't have to get annoyed anymore. This is just hangry kicking in, whereas your psychology can control this. Yeah. And finally, it's effort. So knowledge, experience, and effort equals success. Effort is literally, it depends on your work ethic, really. Yeah. It depends on your work ethic, how much you're willing to push yourself out there to become successful. Yeah. When I was working out in the gym, when gyms were open properly, right now I'm slightly a little scared to go into the gym. I used to find time to go to the gym. In fact, not find time, I used to make time to go to the gym without fail, every single day. We got Simon here as well, big gym guys. Yeah, look, I used to make time to go to the gym, whether it was the morning, yeah, at 5 6 a.m., or whether it was at the night time, yeah, around 10 11 p.m. I used to still make sure I do that. Now, it's not just going to the gym. That's half the job done. Yeah. It's what the efforts you put in. So I see people working out for like 2.5 hours, where I do the same workout within 45, 50 minutes, because mine is so much more intense because I put in so much more effort than they're putting in. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'm doing like high intensity stuff. They're taking long breaks. Yeah. Or looking at their phones, things like that. What I'm doing in 45 minutes, they're doing in 2.5 hours. Yeah. So obviously I'm going to progress way faster than they are. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's all about the effort that you do as well. Now, here are the 3 simple steps that I'm going to leave you with. Yeah. 3 simple steps that I'm going to leave you with. In fact, I'll talk a little bit more afterwards, but not too much. So 3 simple steps. Step 1. Yeah. Step 1. So step 1. Every successful trader acquired a hell of a lot of knowledge. Yeah. So you need to acquire as much knowledge as possible. When I was first learning, how to be successful in the forex market, I was reading non-stop. There was a course that I went out there online that I have read over 17 times. Let's cut that back by 10. Can you even say you've run through IM course even 7 times? Yeah. Can anyone here say that you've run through the whole IM course even 7 times? Yeah. Like most people just read it, go through it once, yeah, or twice, and think they know it all, and then jump straight onto the charts. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah. You need to acquire the right knowledge and make sure you understand it inside out. Yeah. Like I said, I've been through one of the courses that I was learning back in the day 17 times, because look, I may not be as clever as half of you guys out there. Yeah. I may not be as intelligent as half of you guys out there, but I know this about myself. Whereas I know, regardless, I have the work ethic to put in, and I will put in the effort to become as successful as most of the intelligent and clever guys out there anyway. Yeah. If I don't have the intelligence, at least I have the time on my hands and I can put in the effort to become exactly on their level as well. And that's exactly what I did. Yeah. Most people can read through it twice, 3 times, and they'll understand it straight away. I had to run through it multiple times, but that didn't stop me. Yeah. Next, next is, once they had acquired the knowledge, they developed their experience. Yeah. So step 2 is acquire your knowledge and develop your experience. Yeah. So that can't happen unless you go through step 1. Yeah. Unless you go through step 1, where you go out there and acquire all of the knowledge possible, you cannot go on to step 3 and build your experience. Yeah. And then number 3, these 2 steps are no use unless the trader is willing to put in the effort to achieve their trading goals. Yeah. So eventually it also comes back down to effort. Yeah. As long as you are putting in the effort. Yeah. And I know there's sometimes out there where you don't feel like putting in the effort at all. There's times out there where you don't feel like it, but it's those times that will get you the furthest, because half the job is already done just showing up. Yeah. The other 50% of the job is you putting in the work. Yeah. Now, there is so much more I can go through, but I don't want to confuse you too much. Now, look, lastly, it all comes back down to psychology. Yeah. Psychology affects your trading very, very heavily. And it is the biggest factor which affects your trading in becoming successful or not successful at trading. Yeah. So let me just read my last bits on psychology and then we will wrap this up. So no matter why you trade, learning to trade is the easy part. The hard part is understanding your psychology. Yeah. Because it's true. The 9 inches between your ears will determine your success as a trader. Yeah. If lack of knowledge is the main reason why most successful or most traders fail, then psychology comes in a close second. Yeah. A trader's attitude or psychology determines not only how they approach their trading, it also determines how they will approach the FX markets as well. Yeah. The emotions of fear and greed drive traders and investors alike. And without the correct education, these emotions are often amplified, which leads to costly mistakes. So remember, Taireen mentioned, if you're greedy, yeah, and you become successful, this will 10x. Yeah. If you're angry and you become successful, this will 10x. Yeah. If you're, let's say, cheeky, yeah, and you become successful, this will 10x. There's so many things out there. If you're arrogant and you become successful, yeah, or are willing to become successful, this will 10x. So you need to sharpen up on the things that will make you successful, yeah, and start deleting the things that are not needed. And greed and fear are two of the biggest success killers. Did you know that? Yeah, greed and fear are two of the biggest success killers, well, especially in forex. Yeah, greed and fear. You do not need to fear anything. Some people, yeah, that I do teach on a regular basis, on a daily basis, usually say to myself, okay, I'm scared of entering this trade. Yeah, I'm in fear. There's also other people in fear out there, and it's the markets that are looking for people like you to eat your money. Yeah, have you noticed anytime I see a setup, I'll enter it bang on, no fear. I'll press that button, trigger happy, bang, I'm in that trade. Yeah, no second thoughts. If it lines up to my analysis, if it makes sense, I'm in. Yes, straight away. Not, oh my God, what's it doing? Oh my God, it's going up. Why am I selling? I know why it's going up. Yeah, it's quickly spiking, and I'm going to catch it on the spike to get that sniper. Yeah, and the only way you will do that is deleting all that fear out of you. Yeah, don't have the fear. Don't even have slight doubt within yourself that you will become successful. If you're asking yourself, is this going to work for me? What if this doesn't? It won't. Yeah, it won't. If you have 100% belief and faith in yourself that it will work, it will work. Yeah, there is nothing that will stop you from getting exactly what you want to get, exactly what you want to achieve. Yeah, if you believe you will become successful, it will come into your path. Yeah, there were times right at the beginning of my journey where I started disbelieving myself or disbelieving, the system. Um, and then I went back to where I had successfully withdrawn that £50, my first £50 that I withdrew. Yeah, I went back to that time, and I was like, this works. This clearly works. Yeah, this can 10x itself. This can go from £45 now to £45,000 one day. Yeah, I believe this works. I've felt that it works now. Yeah, I know it works. And as long as I work, it will work for me. Yeah, does that make sense? So moving on, um, you do not want to make these costly mistakes at the end of the day. Yeah, in fact, the rest of this, yeah, is a bit long. So look, going back to this, and I'm just going to talk to you guys from my own heart, if that's okay with you. Yeah, just like we're having a personal conversation now. Look, I've given you the 3 success formulas. Yeah, it all depends on your psychology. If you are scared, you won't get anywhere. Yeah, especially in this market. If you're scared, this market will eat you alive. And if you're scared, this is not the right industry for you. Yeah, if but there are times where you can sit down and actually self-reflect. Yeah, what is scaring you? What is it that is scaring you? You can talk to us, you can talk to myself, you can talk to Taireen. What are you scared of? Are you scared of it not following your analysis? If that's the case, go back and gain more knowledge to become more confident in your analysis. Yeah, if you're scared of how erratic this currency pair is, you don't have to trade this currency pair then. Yeah, there's multiple other currency pairs out there that you can trade. Yeah, that are less erratic. There's so many different factors. You can continue finding excuses, but lastly, the final excuse will come back down to yourself. Yeah, do you strongly believe you will make it, or do you not? Yeah, if you strongly believe you will make it, you will make it. Yeah, eventually certain things will fall into place. You will finally have that eureka moment, which I call aha moment, and everything will start clicking together. Once I had that aha moment, it all made sense. And do you know where that came from? That actually came from fundamentals, to be honest with you. Yeah, when I understood fundamentals, I was like, okay, everything makes sense now. These stop at these certain support levels. Do you think banks look at lines and think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sell here now? Yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, do you think they see a butterfly on the screen and say, okay, yeah, everyone buy now? Yeah, let's buy. I see a butterfly, it's so pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna buy because it's so happy and so pretty. No, they don't do those things. Yeah, they wait for it to hit a certain level. That level in traders terms is called resistance. They wait for it to hit that certain resistance for a reason. Why? Because against other economy that they're trading against, that price is way too high. Why is it too high today, and why is it wasn't that too high yesterday? Yeah, there's certain reasons why. There's certain volumes in the markets of institutions and banks. Yeah, you have to understand the balance of these things. There's reasons why economies are going up and down in certain manners. Yeah, there's reasons why employment rates are so high in some countries and employment is so low in other countries. You have to understand these things. Yeah, employment boosts taxes. Yeah, that boosts the economy because the government are able to eat more, you know, of people's taxes. The more jobs that are out there, yeah. During the COVID crisis, people were losing jobs 24/7. Why do you think markets crashed so heavily? Yeah, the US dollar crashed so heavily as well. So many different currencies, all currencies across the board crashed, yeah, heavily. Why? Because people lost jobs across the board. And what does that mean for the economy? That all has a ripple effect at the end of the day. It doesn't mean, okay, once it's hit this resistance, now I'm going to sell and it's going to drop all the way to the bottom. Why did it drop all the way to the bottom? Yeah, because it ended up crashing through all these supports. That is just a reflection of what has happened, yeah, with the fundamentals. So one thing I want you to go out there is start understanding fundamentals as much as possible. You don't have to go into it hard, yeah, straight away. It will take a long time to understand. Yeah, it will take a long time to learn fundamentals, but don't neglect it at the end of the day. Yeah, but that is where I can only tell you from experience, that is where my eureka and aha moment came from, was fundamentals. So lastly, I just want to leave you with those 3 simple steps once again. Knowledge plus experience plus effort equals success. Without any one of those, the other 2 won't work. Yeah. And lastly, if you do believe you will become successful, everything will start working in your favor for your success to start playing itself out right in front of you. Other than that, I'm going to hand it back to Taireen. If you did enjoy this, to give us a big shout out in the group. But yeah, thank you for plugging in, and we'll definitely catch you guys later on.
Thank you so much, Ads. How many of you guys are so grateful to hear those words right now and you needed to hear it? How many of you guys actually needed to hear those words right now? Did you guys need to hear those words right now? If you did, can you please go into the lion's den right now and say, I am so happy and grateful that I have mentors that look out for my mental well-being. Write that in the lion's den right now, guys. Also, I just double checked, right? So just double checked all of you guys on how many of you actually did something. So 1 second, let's end this. Guys, also just to let you know, this training is on YouTube now and you can subscribe and you can like. So make sure you do like, comment, share with this, with anyone that is looking to start trading and working with us lions. Anyway.